Power.
My name is Brittany Powers. I'm a nurse at Lehigh Valley Hospital. I'm a mom of two, of Iris and Ruby, and my husband is Dylan Powers. And we've been in the area for about 11 years.
How long have you been a nurse?
For 14 years.
14 years. Was it right out of college or?
Yep.
Okay.
Straight out of college.
Straight out of college to Lehigh Valley Hospital.
No, I started at Sacred Heart Hospital in Allentown
Okay.
and worked briefly at Reading Hospital, and I've been at Lehigh Valley Hospital for 9 years.
How old are the girls?
And there's Iris is 6 and Ruby is 2.
How would you describe your kids?
Iris is the emotionally intelligent, soft, kind little girl. Ruby is very tenacious. Ruby is, she makes herself known in the room, and she's very strong-willed.
Does she get those characteristics honestly, or did they just, never saw them in the gene pool until the gene pool came out, or?
Iris tends to take after me, and Ruby tends to take after Dylan.
Okay. How did you and Dylan meet?
We actually met through my brother. So Dylan and my brother used to work at DECA together a long time ago. I went over to my brother's house one weekend. Dylan was there. We met. We talked all night. We didn't see each other again for like a year. And then when we saw each other again that summer, we started spending more time together. That's the summer I graduated college, and I moved down here, and one thing led to another.
And you've been married how long now?
10 years
10
this year.
years. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Mountaintop, Pennsylvania. It's about 2 hours north of here.
Okay.
And
Dylan is Warren. Okay, so different parts of Pennsylvania completely.
We're both transplants.
Both transplants. I am a transplant as well, so I completely get that. How did you get here? How did you get to Christ Mertz?
We came here for the first time the fall of 2016.
Okay.
And that was shortly after we had lost our first baby. So we had a little boy named Keegan in August of 2016, and pretty early on in the 3rd trimester, he got sick with a very rare condition called hydrops. I was only able to stay pregnant with him for 6 days after we found out he was sick. And then he was born. They did everything they could. They intubated him. They put in chest tubes, but he was only 32 weeks along, and his lungs weren't developed enough, so he ended up passing away the next morning.
Oh, goodness.
And, Dylan and I, at first, were just kind of numb to everything. It happened so quick. But then after that, we were just heartbroken and didn't really know what to do. And one of our family friends and neighbors was a member at this church, and she asked if we wanted to go to church with her. And I said at that point, what do I have to lose? I might as well. If it'll help, then I'll do it. So we started coming here, and all I really had the strength to do was just to go to church on Sunday and then go home. We didn't really get very involved. But in 2018, we were blessed with Iris, and we continued to go to church until everything closed in 2020 for COVID. And then we kind of took a little break from church for a while.
Got you. And then you had a baby during COVID.
We did. We had Ruby in 2022.
That had to be fun.
It was interesting.
Was the church aware of what had happened?
The pastor at the time was.
Okay.
So she was very supportive, and I had some one-on-one meetings with her to talk things through. That's really all we had the strength to do at that point. And then last fall, we had been away from the church for about 2 years or so, and I just kind of felt like something was missing. I felt like a strong desire to come back to church, and not just to come back on Sundays and then go home and live my life as I had been, but really like jump in head first and immerse myself in the experience and see what happens. So I started coming back to church, bringing the family, reading my Bible, praying, and I was really like getting into it. It didn't take very long though to realize that I had a lot of emotions that I hadn't dealt with from Keegan's death that were kind of like bubbling up to the surface the deeper that I got into this experience. And I didn't really know how to dive through that. And so that was something that the church really helped with, because I realized I did still have a lot of anger and bitterness towards God from losing my son. And in order to get past that and let it go, I feel like I did have to grow as a Christian. I did have to grow in my faith, and I don't think I would have been able to do that on my own.
This time around, it's different, I would imagine.
I would say it's better. I mean, I feel like any time that you're growing, sometimes it can be painful. And there were times when my growth was painful, but I'm happy where I'm at in this state, and I wouldn't want to be back where I was.
Good.
And I feel like I wouldn't have been able to get to the point that I'm at if I didn't have the support of my church family.